Charisma House presents Indestructible. Fight your spiritual battles from the winning side. Written by Blake K. Healy. Narrated by the author.
Introduction. I counted at least 15 angels in the church sanctuary. I could see a few more through the window to the foyer, but I figured that it would be best to keep it simple and focus on the room that I was in. I flipped open my notebook and started jotting down a brief description of each angel. They seemed to be arranged in 3 groups of 5. One group stood on the stage where the band was preparing to start the worship service. The other 2 groups were on the ground in front of the stage, one to the far right, the other to the far left. All the angels were wearing white robes with gold stitching. All were different sizes, but within the boundaries of average human height. All except one. One of the angels stood at the very center of the stage. This angel was easily 9 feet tall, with bright golden hair that matched his broad golden wings. The other angels were standing casually, arms at their sides. This angel stood with arms outstretched, eyes gazing upward with intense, childlike wonder. The tall angel brought his arms down in a swift motion, somewhere between that of a conductor leading a symphony and a general adding emphasis to a command. All at once, the angels on and at either side of the stage snapped into a clear formation, and the band struck the first note of the first worship song. The tall angel returned to his worshipful stance, arms out, eyes up. The other angels on stage followed suit as the angels on the ground began to dance. They ran up and down the aisles with great leaping steps that would have made even the most talented ballet dancer look clumsy. Each leap grew longer and longer as the song continued, and a soft greenish mist began to fill the room. With it came the distinct sensation of peace that I associated with the presence of God. My eyes bounced back and forth between the angels and my notes as I did my best to scribble down as much detail as I could manage without getting too far behind. I took in a deep breath and gave my stiff fingers a stretch. I looked around at the rest of the room and felt my heart sink. There was so much that I wasn't writing down. Each person in the room had a personal angel standing near him or her, each of which was participating with worship in a unique way, dancing, singing, jumping up and down. The green mist was wrapping around people in the room like a warm blanket. Heavy chains that had been hanging across some people's shoulders began falling to the ground in response to the mist. About a dozen different demons were spread across the room. Each was gray-skinned, bony, and under 3 feet tall, and only vaguely resembled the shape of a human. They had been wandering around the room like someone having a hard time finding an open seat, but were now shying away from the mist as if it was dangerous to breathe. There was so much that I didn't have time to write down. I was barely able.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?